incremental
Okay.
improvements from the last few years, obviously a couple years ago, 0 wins, then 1, then 2, building each year. What is it going to take that next step, I guess, this year with Salem?
Well, the big thing for us this year is we've got some kids that were in the weight room all year long. We've got more team speed than we've ever had since I've been here, so that's a positive as well. I think speed wins a lot of games more so uh, sometimes than having other attributes. But we've got more of that at this point, and we've got kids that are devoted and committed to the program that are in there right now. So
Yeah, it looks like you have a lot of stars back. What, 10 on offense, 8 on defense? Is that I have the numbers right there?
it is. We're pretty close to that. We had a young man that has been a starter for us for the last 2 years that did not come out this year, but we've been able to fill that in. We've had other kids that have came out that haven't played before that came out that have been impressive for us as well.
Yeah, I know you guys. I think last year was kind of like the defense, you know, is something that you really want to improve upon in terms of the amount of points you guys were allowing per game, and the running game pretty solid. What would the team's identity be this year?
Well, I'm hoping our identity is more along the lines of that we're going to be relentless pursuit to the ball. We're going to be playing. I'd like the idea that we're a bend but don't break defense. You're right. Last year, I think we were a lot more bend and a lot more break in there as well. So we'd like to bend but not break and fly around, hit people, get the ball back for us, and let our offense do some work. I think we can. We're in a better place now than we have been the last 2 years offensively. That I think we'll start seeing some of those results.
Yeah, what would you say, who are some of the kids that, are returning this year that you're really most, looking forward to step up leadership wise?
We've got quite a few, quite a handful. The junior class we got is pretty strong. Our senior class, we've got some very good players that are going to be coming out of that as well. We've got two kids that have been starters for us since their sophomore year. Gavin Sapal, Everett Campbell have both been players for us each year. Ira Barton's been in there in some type of capacity as far as our seniors. Our whole defensive backfield is going to be, for the most part, all juniors. Maybe a couple sophomores that fit in there. Our offensive backfield, except for our quarterbacks, going to be tailbacks are going to be both juniors coming in. Quarterback and fullback will be seniors, so that'll be the only change. But we've got some young players that are in there. We've got some young players that are ready to go on the line. We have good competition. We've got some seniors that are up there right now holding it down. But each week could be different each way we go. We've got good players that are actually competing at this point, and that helps us get better because we're competing day in and day out.
Do you have any maybe favorite things that you've maybe been pleasantly surprised about in camps, or things that maybe you weren't counting on that you're excited to see how they play out this year with you guys?
We did. We had two sophomores that we had heard weren't going to be coming out to play, and they ended up showing up for fall camp, and that was a relief to have because other than that, we're pretty, not like a big school. We don't have that depth that everybody has. We've got one, maybe two can give our guys breaks and can still step in there and be highly effective. That was a great surprise. That was Alton May and Kane Baird. They ended up coming out. Kane had played last year as a fresh action in the secondary for us, but he's going to be coming out and helping us out both defensive secondary and offensive on the backfield. So I think that'd be positives for us overall. We went to the Flexbone offense. We went down to Harding and watched their clinic this past spring. I thought we took some very good things out of that. I thought the team and the boys really grasped on that concept. Not much different than what we did last year. We ran the double wing. So really it was a matter of moving people in about a half a foot. But overall, I think the team grasped onto it very well. The line has really, really grasped onto it. I'm excited to see where we go. We got Jamboree tonight, so we'll see how that works out for them.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, I'm interviewing you here a few hours before you're about to take the field with your guys for the first time, really. I mean, I know it's an exhibition, but what are you most looking forward to tonight to see?
I'm really interested to see. It's a test for us. We've had a couple tests. We had team camp. We had our own scrimmage last week. And then this is just another test before we get ready for our first week one. So I'm really interested to see how we respond when we get to go and get the ability to hit other people that are not our friends or not our other teammates. I'm excited to see how we respond to that and how we respond to the things that we've worked on since doing this previously. So I'm really excited about it. We get to see that. We get to see our first week opponent. We don't actually scrimmage against them, but we will get to see that first week opponent in action as well, just as they'll get to see us. So I'm excited to see all that. Really want to see our kids. I'm excited for it. We're going to be jumping on the bus here in about 45 minutes, so it's quite an exciting time to be in Salem and be ready to go.
And I got to see you guys in person against Mountain Grove. I did, one of the things I noticed is you get some good size on that offensive line, and it looks like you have these guys back this year. I mean, it's got to be a lot of
We
fun to
do,
do that.
and we've got more coming.
That's awesome. All right.
It it is a blast. There are some things that you want to pull your hair out, but there are many things that I mean, just being around these young men and getting them ready for life after football is one of the things that makes it exciting for what we're doing and what we're trying to do. But you're right, offensive line wise, we've got some size. The struggle we've had is, and I think most offensive line coaches deal with this and teams deal with this, but is getting those guys to fire off the ball and understand that they can go out and make some people and move people in that process. So that's the fun part of it as well.
And I know that loss to Mountain Grove was a disappointing way to end the season, but that was a pretty good program you were up against. When you guys left that field, what was kind of like your thought? Like, okay, this is what we need to do to get better for next season.
Well, the first thought I had was we got to get in the weight room. I mean, we are in the weight room, but we've got to get more committed, and we've got to get it not just from the team, but we've got to get it, if you want to say it, from the school to the city. We've got to get everybody committed to that these kids are in the weight room because that's what Mountain Grove has. They've got a great tradition. They've got culture down there right now that's rocking and rolling, and of course that's what we'd like. The other part was coming off the game field was knowing that we had just played them. I think it was 2 weeks before that, and the outcome was a lot worse than that. I thought, hey, you know what? We bounced back and we made some changes, and the boys adapted well to it, and they took to it. That's something that we can lean on and grow on. I don't think you can take everything as a negative. I think a lot of times you got to take anything that you can as a positive to take it into the off season and get it ready for your boys for the next season.
That's awesome, Coach. Hey, anything I didn't ask you about your team that you think I should ask you about or you wanted to mention here?
No, we're kind of a silent type team. We prefer to be a team known as we're going to show up and take care of business, and that's how we like to do it. So I think you answered most of the questions that I would have hoped for. So
Well, Coach, it's great to finally have met you in person last year and talk to you again this year. And looking forward to you guys taking that next step this year. I really appreciate you hopping on with me right before this game.
not a problem, Chris. I appreciate the time. Go Big Blue.
Go Blue. All right.